if you have rookie picks on your dynasty team, it's never smart to make all of your picks. So if you have 6, 7 rookie picks, you should be trading half of those away for proven veterans. Here are the proven veterans you should be trading your rookie picks for, even if you only have 1 or 2 rookie picks. Let's start with the 101. This is a market check on rookie picks and value-adjacent players. And with the 101, we are targeting Amon-Ra St. Brown with the 101 and Jamar Chase with the 101. 2 guys that are being valued currently like kind of below the 101, but both of them elite wide receivers in Dynasty. I mean, you're talking about the 101 being discussed to be used on Marvin Harrison Jr. If Marvin Harrison Jr. did what these guys are able to do in the NFL, Marvin Harrison Jr. is only moving up, 5 spots?
Yeah.
You're talking about being priced close to his ceiling, but he's never played a game. He's not even been drafted yet. And Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamar Chase both have great landing spots and great offenses and have done it. You're essentially just removing the risk and buying into a wide receiver that has equal upside. And, maybe you could argue Marvin Harrison Jr. has a little bit more upside. But yeah, I think you could make that argument. But at the same time, what are the odds that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to do anything of significance, of this level of significance his rookie year? Like, even if he's got 14 points per game in his rookie year, that's good. But it'll lose value here.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would spend a pick on a guy who has inherent risk as a rookie. He does, even though he's the best prospect ever.
Every rookie does.
Every rookie has inherent risk when you can get a proven guy who's already done what you're hoping Marvin Harrison Jr. some point does at some point.
Yeah.
So with the 102, we're going to start talking about these back half of the first round quarterbacks because we have started to see some deals go down for some of these QBs that are head scratchers, chin scratchers,
back scratchers.
Pull your whiskers out, pull your hair out because it's kind of maddening. Joe Burrow
has really started to go this late in
Justin Herbert and Anthony Richardson. I mean, all of these guys. Joe Burrow, maybe I guess you could say the least realistic of these quarterbacks, but honestly, we have seen it all. I have seen it all. We see dozens and dozens and dozens of trades in our Discord over at flockfantasy.com go down literally every single day. And there are crazy trades for early first round picks like this that involve Justin Herbert because of the situation, that involve Anthony Richardson because of the risk, that do involve sometimes Burrow for a single first and maybe a second thrown on top. So that's why these QBs are going to be here because every single one of them does have questions, but 2 of them have long-term contracts, and Anthony Richardson is in an offense that is literally built for him, and he has a head coach who is literally going to do everything within his power to make Anthony Richardson an absolute fantasy stud.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now with the 102. And really, I mean, you're exploring the 102 as like a Caleb Williams, potentially. Yes. And I'm taking Burrow and Herbert over Caleb Williams.
How could you not? I could see the argument for not doing Anthony Richardson, but at the same time, if you want to shoot for upside, Anthony Richardson's got the upside.
Yeah.
But with Burrow's probably the guy that's like, make sure your league mate's not an idiot. That's what that is. Herbert and AR, we've seen the 102 go over them consistently in startup draft. So it's happening. So try to down tier even. 103. Targeting Kyler Murray here. Kyler Murray, this is going to be over guys like Drake May. I'm legit not even saying this to rile you up, but like there has been talk that McCarthy might go to the Commanders.
Jeez, that would suck for him because if he goes anywhere top 5, I want it to be the Vikings.
I do too.
But please,
there might be a world where JJ McCarthy ends up at the 103 here if that happens because of his draft capital. I would think any quarterback that ends up at the Vikings would end up here. Yeah. But at the same time, you're talking about Kyler versus JJ McCarthy. Like even Drake May. Like let's be real here. Kyler Murray has produced.
It's not close.
It's just not, guys.
It's not close in our eyes, but it is market value-wise, which is why we're having this discussion. These are picks that we want. If you can get these players in exchange for these picks, like, please do it. Kyler Murray, got to be that guy.
Kyler Murray is a top 10 producing dynasty quarterback every single year he's healthy. And yeah, you can say, well, the last 2 years he hasn't been healthy. I'm aware. But at the same time...
Why is he going at a discount?
Yeah, again, the same injury both years, so it's not like he's been getting injured multiple times. There's not multiple serious injuries happening here. He's going to be fully recovered. You're getting him at a discount. He's going to have a better offense when they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. or something like that. So Kyler Murray is absolutely somebody. If I can move the 103 for Kyler, like I'm doing that all day. And then the other guy here is going to be Puka Nacua. Puka, the guy who just put up, which is a down tier, honestly. Like I'm sending the 103 for Puka plus. You talking about a guy that just put up the best rookie wide receiver season of all time. And because Why is Puka being shorted? I mean, I'll have this debate with you in the comments. Like, if you think Puka is overvalued, tell us why.
It's beyond me.
It really is confusing because it really doesn't matter what his draft capital is. It's not like Matt Stafford's a game breaker quarterback. Yes, Sean McVay helps, but Sean McVay's not showing signs of retirement. I know it's been rumored, but he's really, every time been asked about it, he's been like, I'm not retiring. Even then, Puka Nacua, guys, it's no accident. No, you don't just have that season on accident. You don't just coincidentally have that season. So if you can get him, if you can down tier from the 103 to Puka, absolutely doing that. 100% for sure.
Mm-hmm. And at the 104, we're going to have another QB here, Jordan Love, who we actually had a discussion about in a previous video. I would prefer Jordan Love over Trevor Lawrence for multiple reasons that I won't get back into, but Jordan Love, man, he's about to get a huge contract that will be in line with the current market value of the highest paid QBs in the NFL, because that's the way that QBs are paid, who, teams want to dedicate half of their cap to them. And Jordan Love actually could be worth it. I think he is worth it, and I think he is the answer for the Green Bay Packers long term. If he's the next Aaron Rodgers, that is yet to be seen, but he showed some really good signs last year, and they are not going to let him go. Jahmyr Gibbs, in our personal opinion, he is the running back one in Dynasty at the moment. It's kind of interchangeable with Bijan Robinson, in my opinion. Some say it's also interchangeable with Breece Hall. Whatever. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs is a tier one. He's an S tier.
He's an S tier Dynasty running back one. When was the last time you could get the Dynasty running back one in exchange for the 104? And don't tell me it doesn't happen. It does.
Oh, it absolutely
And it absolutely can. Jahmyr Gibbs falls to the beginning of the third.
I've seen the 104 go over Gibbs in real money drafts a handful of times. It happens often.
Yeah, and then Garrett Wilson. I understand there are a ton of questions with Garrett Wilson, and honestly, I mean, there's some team blueprints that I do for a lot of people where I recommend, hey, let's move back from Garrett Wilson and get a different guy, because I'm not super comfortable with the situation. But at this price currently with Wilson, he is a mid to late second round startup pick right now. I mean, I've seen him go as high as the second round. But that being said, I have also seen him go
mid-third
behind, yes.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm taking
too.
Garrett Wilson in that sort of
Easily.
scenario. So speaking of that blueprint that I talked about, if you want one of those, go ahead and go to flockfantasy.com/domain. You have to use code domain, and if you sign up for the Mother Flocker tier, you can submit your roster, any roster that you want of your choice. One QB, super flex. You could have
IDP, kicker, defense,
and kickers.
Special team.
We do it all for you.
Baseball players on there. We'll do it.
Yeah, seriously. And go ahead and submit that roster, and we'll do a team blueprint for you, which is a customizable, really analysis on your specific team. And we will give you feedback that lasts well past the blueprint. You can ask us follow-up questions. You get our Discord community where you can, explore trades and different things like that. We have a ton of exclusives too. Videos, articles. We have our rookie draft guide, which version 3 is coming out pretty soon.
3 will be coming out in April,
in an ADP database, all that jazz.
And you get access to us, and we're here to help you.
Yep.
So with the 105, there's one guy in particular we're targeting here, and it is and this is going to be asterisk in tight end premium leagues. Sam Laporta is the target here. Sam Laporta is a guy that was the tight end one in his first year in the NFL. He scored 239 PPR points. He had 120 targets. He had 86 receptions. He had 890 yards, and he had 10 touchdowns. He's playing on one of the best offenses in the NFL, an NFL team that was 15 minutes from the Super Bowl. He's playing with Jared Goff, easily capable of supporting him as the tight end one. Case in point. He's playing with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's playing on a team that has now improved their defense this offseason. I mean, this is a prospect and a player that if you can get for the 105, I mean, every rookie pick we go down, we are increasing the risk of that pick because you don't know the landing spot, you don't know the draft capital, you don't know the situation. We know that with Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta in tight end premium leagues for the 105 is a absolute smash steal. So
I'm gonna keep saying it too. Don't tell us in the comments that it's not possible. We wouldn't have these on here if we
hadn't seen them ourselves.
Hadn't seen them happen,
and we see them. This is one that's absolutely going down. The 106 is a little bit more interesting here, actually.
Yeah, AJ Brown. I would give up the 106 to get AJ Brown. There is a point where AJ Brown's price is getting a little too low for me. This isn't across the board, but I have seen A.J. Brown fall to the beginning of the third and startups, the very, very end of the second. And with his contract, with this situation, the fact that he is a proven alpha wide receiver and the dominance that he showcased in a 9-game stretch was elite, top of the line. I mean, to a point where people were considering him a top S-tier dynasty wide receiver. He was that good last year in 2022 for a stretch. If you can give up a single mid-first for a prospect that's unproven for A.J. Brown, who is so dang proven consistently year after year with a contract, please give him to me. Drake London, going to be the next guy here. I'm sold on Drake London's situation.
Good price, man.
Please. And I honestly am shocked that the price for Drake London has not gone
through the
roof like I expected it to. Yeah, I've seen it gone up quite a bit, but I've also seen him not in quite a few mock drafts that we've done, quite a few real money drafts that we have done. And it's because of the Kyle Pitts effect, honestly. Chris Olave is also going to be in this list. He's just a great wide receiver. I understand the situation is questionable, but let me ask you again. If Rome Odunze is going at the 106 in rookie drafts, where do you think Rome Odunze is actually what do you think his landing spot is probably?
Probably not good.
Probably not good. It's probably the Giants.
Right.
Which sucks.
It does suck.
So I don't know. I'd rather take Chris Olave.
107. We're going to put Jonathan Taylor on this list. And Jonathan Taylor, a lot of people are going to say, you should be moving off of running backs at all times, blah, blah, blah. Jonathan Taylor is a guy that still last year when he was healthy was averaging 16 points per game. He's a guy that still does have 18, 19 points per game ceiling. This is a guy that's going into his second contract, but is still very young. He's 25 years old. He is not even, this is what, his 4th year in the NFL now?
Mm-hmm. Yep. His price is so good right now, too, where you're like, I don't want to give up a pick that's increasing in value for a guy that's going to decrease in value next season. His price right now, if he has a good year, it is absolutely sustainable going into his 26-year-old season, which is pretty rare for running backs in this day and age, but I think it's
How often do you
very
have
likely.
A cornerstone level running back you can get for a rookie pick 107 going in the mid-4th of startup drafts?
Mid-4th.
I mean, guys, this is a guy that at this price, with the talent level that he is and with how many years he has left, I'll let him die on my roster at this price.
Mm-hmm.
I'll draft him and keep him forever.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill is going to be next. Tyreek Hill, if you are a championship level team and you need to win your championship and you don't have Tyreek Hill already, because a lot of championship teams do, Tyreek Hill is a great trade target here. Tyreek Hill is a guy that's going to give you 20 points per game plus. Tyreek Hill is going to do that for at least 2 more years. I think it's a no-brainer that if you can get a guy who's going to win you a championship and win you money on your dynasty team, like, you do it. You take the money. You take people's money. I do not understand why guys like Tyreek.
It's pretty cool.
Money is cool. T-shirt now available. Brock Purdy next. Brock Purdy. I know everybody has questions.
What questions?
Brock Purdy played in the Super Bowl.
Seriously, what question?
Brock Purdy played in the Super Bowl. He's a quarterback there. Not changing.
And he looked good.
He did. Look good.
108. Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle. Pardon my voice cracks. I'm sick. It's so bad. I feel like Jalen Waddle is just falling through the cracks in this conversation of every single wide receiver not named Jalen Waddle in Dynasty Fantasy Football right now. Like, have we heard a peep of Jalen Waddle from anyone this offseason?
Not really.
I don't know if it's because people don't know what to do with him, or he's kind of just like slowly sliding down because all these rookies are on the rise and all these new movers are on the rise. Guys, we are a year removed from Jalen Waddle producing as a wide receiver 1 with Tyreek Hill in the same offense. And we just experienced a year where the running backs in Miami's offense combined for like 33 total touchdowns, which is not happening again. I promise it's not going to happen again.
What makes you think that it won't happen again, Nathan? Was that like some kind of weird outlier?
It was, that's a lot of touchdowns for Raheem Mostert to score.
Right.
But
A-Chain's going to score all of them next year.
Right. Jalen Waddle, guys, don't forget the terrifying upside that he had just a year. Like, he didn't lose that, okay? There are a lot of things that went wrong with Miami last year. Jalen Waddle was not one of them. He just suffered from a lot of the injuries that happened and just a lot of weird things that were going on in Miami. I trust him to have a pretty nice comeback season and be in the running for a low-end wide receiver 1 productive year, and his value will go right back up because Tyreek Hill is gonna he hit the big 3-0.
Yep.
So he's
his value
to decrease in
the
value.
toilet.
We talk about a good investment. Waddle's going to increase in value. Kyron Williams is also going to be here. Kyron Williams is slowly declining as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's
popular.
kind of funny. He's not popular because of what Sean McVay says about running backs. He'll never pay a running back in LA. I have asked this 10 million times, and I will continue to ask it to continue to force you to think about it. What running back in Dynasty Fantasy Football right now has a guaranteed situation beyond 2 to 3 years?
Pretty much no running
No
back.
one.
Think about it.
No one.
Even JT, who just got a brand new spanking contract. Even
Correct.
Saquon Barkley, they have it out after 2 years probably.
Even those S-tier running backs, Breece Hall has 2 years left on his rookie deal. Saquon Barkley is going to be at the top of this list for our 109 targets.
So the 109, like, again, this is where the teardrop occurs in rookie drafts right now. You could argue that it stretches to this point, but if you're getting Saquon Barkley, a guy that will be a league-winning running back on a 3-year deal on the Philadelphia Eagles for this price, I'm absolutely taking him here.
Some people hate it. Some people hate the landing spot. Like they do not like his landing spot.
Again, you don't pay a running back like that for him not to go score touchdowns for you.
That's like so not Howie either. Like he would only do it if he knew that Saquon was going to
They're talking about one of the best front offices in the league. Like they're not doing this for no reason.
They don't do this willy-nilly.
Tank Dell's a guy who could be the wide receiver 1 on the Texans. It could be Nico, it could be Tank, but Tank Dell's cheaper because he got hurt.
Yep.
Tank Dell, what he was doing through his first X games during his rookie season, really, really good. Jordan Addison, now you weren't able to get Jordan Addison this cheap. Now you are because the Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Jordan Addison was in the 107, 106 talk, and that's where I was
really.
out.
Yep. Now we're taking him here. 109, pretty easy.
Yep.
Guy was a top 24 wide receiver in his rookie year. So 110.
Jared Goff, please.
Superflex?
This is totally possible in Superflex leagues. A late first. The closer we get to the NFL draft, the more the hype is going to increase. The more people see all of those, super accurate mock drafts that we have to follow to a T that have all the dream landing spots that you could ever think of for every single player that you ever loved in this class. And you're like, oh, duh, I'd take, whoever over Jared Goff, even though Jared Goff is consistently producing as a quarterback 1. In Superflex leagues, that's absolutely invaluable, and he is going to get another extension. Stop laughing. TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson at the 110. I can't believe that we're even having this discussion at this point, but so many things have happened. He tore his ACL. Kirk Cousins is gone. The last person that I'm worried about in that offense really is TJ Hawkinson. I don't care if a random Joe off the street was quarterback for Minnesota in 2024. Hawkinson will continue to get the targets that he always has gotten in Minnesota. Not worried about it. And honestly, I'm thrilled that this is his price because I can get him so much cheaper. I mean, we were talking about him way early before the offseason with like mid 24 first. We were like, oh, Hawkinson's going to be worth the 106. And he would have been if he didn't go down with that injury.
So cheap for Hawks,
It's so cheap. T. Higgins is also going to be on this list as well. He's another guy where it's like, yeah, unproven production-wise, he hasn't hit the ceiling that a lot of people had hoped for, but we know that he's not going to be in Cincinnati long-term. If he plays this year and you invest in him at this price, he'll go back up in value next offseason. He's a very, very safe investment in Dynasty right now.
1 year later, you get JSN 5 picks cheaper, essentially. 111. Again, you're talking about going from probably a prospect at the level of at the 111. I mean, who's even going to be going there? Probably the Adonai Mitchell, Xavier Worthies, or the running backs.
Yeah.
JSN's as good a prospect as those guys, period. Dalton Kincaid as well. Dalton Kincaid is the guy that got a really good landing spot.
He had
really good draft capital.
A good rookie tight end year too, and no one
Especially
wants
the end
to
of the year into
talk
the
about
playoffs.
it. No one wants to talk about it because Laporta was just unbelievable, guys. He had a month and a half long stretch where he was getting 8, 7, 11, 6, 7, 6, 8 targets.
And it's tight end premium leagues, guys.
Gosh. Please.
So
take him.
We talk about all these.
It's not my signature thing.
I know. We talk about all these like wide receivers from last year, and Jaden Reed pretty much outproduced all of them besides Addison, and obviously Puka. But 217 PPR points,
touchdown dependent.
25.
Sure, that's why he's going at the end of the. That's why he's valued.
Needs to get more targets. Absolutely, 94 targets last year. We want to see that number go up. But you're getting him for the 111, guys.
Yep, it will. That leash is getting longer and longer for Jordan Love.
It is 112.
Deebo Samuel. I cannot tell you how many people would jump at the opportunity to get the 112 over Deebo Samuel in your league.
And then you get a top 10 producing wide receiver.
Go try it today. You will get a top 10 producing wide receiver when he's playing. Yes, asterisk, when he's playing. But
he's played recently.
14 or 15 of the 17 games of the year.
Not for me.
Which is absolutely worth it. Everyone knows what Deebo is capable of. That's why he was a wide receiver 3 overall 2 years ago or 3 years ago, something like that. Please do it. You could probably get even a little something on top of Debo if you give up the 112. Bryce Young, there is no quarterback available at the 112. You're getting a second round quarterback. You're getting a day 2 quarterback.
You're going to get
at the 112.
Bo Nix here maybe for Bryce Young, who went
Give me Bryce Young, who's with
101.
Dave Canales, please. They gave up so much to invest in him. They're not giving up on Bryce Young for at least another year. So he's probably going to maintain his value because he's not going to look worse than he did his rookie season. Kirk Cousins, again.
Super flex, baby.
Please do it. He's not. Yeah, okay, I get it. He's older than most, but what we care about is the contract. We look at Dynasty Fantasy Football in 3-year windows, and guess what? Kirk Cousins' contract is a 3-year window. Stop. Don't laugh. My voice cracked.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, dang it. Why did I bring it up?
But your voice cracked? All right, make sure you drop a like on this video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Those 2 things really help us. Flockfantasy.com/domain, links in the description. If you want to get a team blueprint, join over 300 Dynasty players that are very passionate and very dedicated to the game. We're trying to grow the game and get better at it, so join us over there, flockfantasy.com/domain. Peace out, y'all. See you later.